Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com. I'm the first impression gameplay video for Company of Heroes Online, the free-to-play 3D strategy MMO published by THQ Relic. Now I'll spend about 5-10 minutes running around checking this game out, make some comments. If you guys want to play Company of Heroes Online or just learn more about it, do check it out full review on the link below. Now if you've ever played Company of Heroes, the strategy game by THQ, you should be pretty familiar with the gameplay in Company of Heroes, and I'll show you that in a bit. Now, the original game was actually released back in 2006, but came out in Korea recently as Company of Heroes Online, because in Korea, they like everything to be an MMO style game, and they like it to be free to play. So you can see in the character creation screen, I can make American or Wehrmacht, which is just the Germans, I guess. I'm going to show you guys the American commanders. There are 3 classes in the game: infantry, airborne, and armor. And these are for your commander. Let's see this guy over here. They would not let somebody with that kind of hair in the army, alright? Don't they shave your hair or something? I don't know, but let's see what else we got. And they each have their own specialties, as you can see. Infantry is obviously good with infantry. Armor is good with armor, which is tanks. And airborne is good at something. I'm not sure what. But let's go ahead and close that out, because I already have a character in here called Whoa Dude, and we're going to go ahead and play on him, because I wanted to complete the game's tutorial before recording this, because the game is a bit complicated. So I just finished the tutorial on this character, and let's select Commander over here. So now this game is actually completely free to play, and if you've played Company of Heroes Online and you liked it, you're certain to love this game. But before I get into the actual game, I should point out that it is exactly like Company of Heroes, the actual RTS game. You have the entire experience right over here and more. Let me just show you that real quick. I mean, you could actually play the single player campaign on here, which I'll show you after. But first, let me show you some of the MMO/RPG elements in the game. We see my commander tree over here. And these are the skills I can get for my commander. I'm level 6, and I just got level 6 by doing all of the tutorial missions. And supply is like my currency in the game, which you can buy stuff in this store. We can click on this location, and I can get a bunch of abilities on my guy. I'm going to go and click on this one, call for M4 Sherman Kalapi. And let's go ahead and learn this skill over here. And we got it equipped now. It's on my commander tree. Now I'm going to get... Now I can use I have 5 improvement points, which I can use to upgrade my specific abilities that I get. But first, let's get another one over here. We're going to get... Call for this thing, alright? We're gonna get this tank. Click confirm. Now we got 2 skills I can equip at once. You can actually unlock more skills as you level up. Level 12, level 20, and level 30. Let's go click on this guy. I can increase the amount of rockets fired by him by 5. I can increase his range, or I can increase his movement speed, and I'll do a little bit of that. Get some of this. Now, if you want to only use 1 or 2 different commander abilities, you want to spend all your points upgrading them. I'm gonna spread my points around though right now. I believe you can reset these anyway. Well, not really actually. You have to make a new character. But let's go ahead and get some of this stuff. And I'm not even looking at what these are, but you can see they each have their own different stats. I mean, each ability for the commander has their own skill tree. So it is a pretty varied game. And there's actually a lot more abilities over here too. You can unlock, you can equip 5 at a time, and that gives you a lot of room to make your character unique. But let's go check out the Army Depot over here. Now, by completing the tutorial missions, you get rewarded with a bunch of these units over here. Now, these are heroes. If I click on my barracks over here, and I can equip my heroes on here. I can only equip 1 at a time right now. I can unlock 2 more slots later on. But right now, I only have 1 slot. I can equip any one of my 3 hero characters on there. I have hero weapons utility riflemen, advanced defense engineers, and let's click on here again. Where did I put him? Let's drag this guy in here. That's my headquarters. I gotta click on here. On my barracks, let's drag this guy in here. And what this means is I can actually summon my weapons utility rifleman in-game. And as he levels up, by killing stuff in the game, he'll gain additional stats. I mean, a little bit of this sounds really complicated, but it's a lot simpler than you think. I mean, once you get to the game, a lot of it starts making sense. You can even, you can also start equipping these over here. And again, you get these just by playing the game and doing well. And this permanently increases the attributes of all my crocodile tanks. This permanently increases the attributes of all my Sherman tanks by increasing his defensive, decreasing the damage he receives by 10%. And you can equip about 8 of these at once. I don't have that many, so I'm good to go right now. And that's, from here, you equip your persistent world stuff. But let's go jump right into a game. I mean, I'm going to show you the single player aspect real quick. You play custom game, campaign, training missions. I strongly recommend you play all the training missions before you jump to the game. Otherwise, you will get confused. I mean, the game, especially if you haven't played other games if you haven't played Company of Heroes before, you're going to get lost. Because it's not exactly an RTS. It plays a bit like Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. The second one, not the first one. I mean, I actually played a bunch of these Relic games before. I really like Warhammer 40k Dawn of War. It's a great RTS game, but this is a little bit more. This is a little bit different. It's a bit more emphasis on strategy and micromanagement than base, control. And you can see in the campaign, you have the full Heroes of Company of Heroes campaign in the game. This game used to cost $50 back in like 2-3 years ago. Now it's available completely free. You can skip this. Can I skip this? Yeah. And this Omaha Beach, 0700 hours. And this is like the one level every World War II game has. Omaha Beach, of course. We can just move all our guys across over here. The campaign's pretty in-depth, and obviously it's really well acted. Well, not really acted because they're characters in the game, but it's really well done. The story's well told. I can move all my units over here. I mean, if you this scene should be very familiar if you've played Company of Heroes. It's the same exact scene as you'll get from the actual $50 game you would have to buy in the store. So then nowadays, there's no reason to buy the game. You can just play it for free. I'm going to close this out again. I'm going to go back to menu, and I can show you an actual game now. Let's click surrender and go back to the menu. You have the full campaign available here too. It's not just that. So that's really cool. Guys, this game is rating pending. It has not been rated by the ESRB yet. I don't know if that really affects you guys. I don't really care. You can actually buy other stuff for your persistent world equipment. But let's go ahead and go back to the play menu over here. We are going to play a custom game, and I'm going to go ahead and add a bot if I can. I'm just going to start resuming this once the game begins. Well, I wanted to play against another player, but I didn't want to wait for somebody else to join, so I just added a normal computer to the game. I know, a normal computer should be pretty easy because you can play all the way up to expert mode. I'm playing on a pretty small level. There's a victory point control or annihilation. I'm going to leave it on annihilation, so I have to kill the enemy to win. Though if you put on victory point control, you can win through both annihilation or victory points. I'm going to leave it at that for now, actually. Random locations. You know what? I like a good sunny day, so we'll make it sunny. And let's start game. There's actually 324 players online right now as I'm recording this, but I didn't want to wait for more people to join. So I am starting against the PC over here. He's got no equipment on his character, while I have 2 stuff to permanently increase the attributes of my tanks in game. And again, you can only have 8 of those equipped at once, so you want to make sure you equip the 8 that you like the most. So if you make a lot of tanks, you want to put your tank ones on and so forth. So you start the game with the same stuff every single time. You start with 1 engineer group, and you have some defensive structures, so you can't really get rushed. And if you've played Company of Heroes Online before, it's the same exact game. They only added a few RPG elements to it, and now they're re-releasing it as an MMO. And I think that's awesome because this game used to cost money, and now you can play it for free, which is always a win in my book. So we're going to start off by making Barracks over here. Now while these guys make a Barracks, I have 3 resources at the bottom left over here. Manpower, munitions, and fuel. I'm going to make another group of engineers and start taking more bases to get more resources. Now, just like Dawn of War 2 and Dawn of War, you get resources by actually capturing strategic points on the map. Let's see what we got over here. We can take these points over here and they'll give us resources. We can get these points and they give us munitions. This one gives us fuel and so forth. When I make my new engineers, I'm going to send them off over there. I'm probably going to suck because I'm trying to talk while playing. And I've actually never really gotten into this game in the past. I mean, I've played it, but I don't know. I never really gave it a good chance because it's actually a really, really critically acclaimed game. It's actually one of the highest rated strategy games ever. Not Company of Heroes Online, but just Company of Heroes itself. But this is the same exact game, so it doesn't really matter. Let's make a rifleman squad. And I'm getting 270 manpower resources per minute. I'm only getting 5 fuel rate per minute. Fuel is basically used for upgrades. He's already got one of the victory points. And if you get more victory points than your opponent, their points start decreasing, much like they do in Battlefield games. And once they reach 0, they lose the game, which sucks. It always sucks to lose, via points. I mean, I should have set Annihilation, but I wanted to show you how the stupid flag system worked anyway. This is pretty much like an auto turret over here. If they get near here, they're going to get owned. Let's go ahead and make more engineers. Engineers are not the best fighting unit, but they're good for building stuff and securing positions. You want to make riflemen for that. I'm going to start moving my guys over here. Now these are, with the stars on them, are called victory points. He's got 2, I only got 1, which really sucks actually. I should have taken more. But for now, I'm going to make more riflemen. I need more manpower to do that. So, whoa, this jerk is taking more over here. Look at this guy. Let's go fight him over here. The trick in these games is to actually get cover locations. See, I have a yellow shield showing up on my cursor when I'm hiding behind this tree. And if I fight behind that tree, I'll receive a big defensive bonus. Especially if my opponent does not do the same thing. Now you can hide behind other stuff as well for bigger bonuses. My guys are just getting rolled right now. I gotta send some support over there. Let's send this out. I took this area. I'm gonna build some defensive structures over here. Let's put some sandbags right over here that I can make my riflemen hide behind. So for now, I'm gonna take that victory point so my opponent does not win. Let's make more units over here too. I mean, this isn't entirely like Dawn of War 2, because in Dawn of War 2, there are very few buildings, if any, and it's all done with the units on the field at once. Let's make a Jeep this time. We go beep beep, I'm a Jeep. Let's bring a Jeep out. They're supposed to be good against snipers. Even though there are no snipers on the field right now, I want to make them anyway. Now, if you see, I can hide my guys. Well, my guys are taking this victory point right now. See, if I hide my dudes behind these sandbags, they have a green shield over their head, and then they have much stronger defenses, and it's better to camp behind over there anyway. And the trick is to get as many resources as possible. Now, I wanted to do this game. It's actually in closed beta right now, and it probably should go to open beta eventually, but it's in closed beta right now, and I wanted to do it because it really shows you how far the whole free-to-play industry is going. I mean, before, you wouldn't imagine companies like Electronic Arts and THQ embracing the free-to-play genre. I mean, just recently, EverQuest 2 went free-to-play. Well, they announced they were going free-to-play. DDO went free-to-play and it was a big success. You had them announce that Lord of the Rings Online is going free-to-play, and now THQ is making one of their flagship RTS titles, go completely free-to-play. Now, how awesome is that? I mean, the game has always been free-to-play in Korea, the same exact game, Company of Heroes Online. And it actually only came out there recently. It just came over here now as a free-to-play game. They're testing the waters with this, but I think it's going to work out well for them because it's a great game. I mean, the gameplay itself requires a lot of strategy. It's not your standard StarCraft-style RTS game. Not that that game doesn't require strategy either, but this game has more MMO elements where you get experience in the game, you can get stuff outside the game as well. And I know I'm doing terrible because I'm not really paying attention. He's probably got almost the whole map, and he's only on normal mode too. So let's go take more stuff over here. And again, the more of these I have, the more resources I can control, the more resources I gain per minute. Let's build more defensive structures over here. I'm gonna make sandbags. You can never go wrong with sandbags. Sandbags are free to make anyway. I can make upgrades for my units as well. I should be doing more stuff, but again, it's kind of hard to micro. This game is a lot of micro. You can't screw around for that much. Otherwise, your opponent will take advantage of it. And you got to cover the whole map as well. We bring up our strategic map over here. You actually have to connect all the bases you control to your headquarters. Otherwise, you won't gain the benefits of that area. Say I control this munition point over here. It gives you plus 16 munitions per minute. But I don't control what's in between it. And it doesn't connect back to my headquarters. I won't gain any benefits for it. It's actually a lot of micro involved too. I mean, you always got to keep an eye on every corner of the map. See, these guys are going to get owned because they're engineer squads. I need to get riflemen over there quick. Where's my Jeep? I got a Jeep. Got a Jeep. I'm going to send my Jeep out over here and see what happens. These guys are going to chill over there. I should actually capture one of these. I should make a barracks somewhere a little bit closer to my enemy, so I can reinforce a little bit better. Let's see what's going on over here. Let's get my troops over here. Where's my engineers? You know what? Stop making those sandbags. We're going to make some more fun units. Well, not units, but buildings. Let's go make a barracks. Actually, I can't make this over here. I got to make a field barracks further up. But I can only do that if I control a random building. But for now, let's make more soldiers over here. And make more engineers back over here. You can make tanks as well, but you got to make the buildings required to do so. The game is surprisingly in-depth, more so than I expected. I mean, I've never actually played this game before. Well, I have, but only for like 10 minutes. I've never gotten into this before, so I was surprised to learn how in-depth it was. And this is a game that you really can't play on your own without first doing a tutorial. Unless, of course, you want to figure everything out on your own. And my Jeep is just rocking those guys. Holy crap. That Jeep has like 30 kills by now. I'm going to go take these bases over here while I can. They're going to take this, while these guys are going to take that. You can upgrade grenades on them as well. Each individual troop group can actually throw grenades. So it makes the game even more micro-intensive. You can even reinforce your additional guys. I can upgrade flamethrowers on my guys right now, but I need upgrades before I can do that. Let's go build a weapons support center. And from there, I can have access to more upgrades. There's a lot going on in this game. I think it's really awesome, and that there's more and more games going free-to-play. Just seeing this go free-to-play was awesome, though. I mean, this is another big Western company, embracing the whole free-to-play genre. And I don't think they're going to ruin it either because, this stuff you can buy, you'll be able to buy in the cash app, but it won't really break the game. It'll only be convenient stuff, probably. And, appearance stuff, too, maybe. Maybe it gives maybe it'll give my units, like, cool Santa hats or something for, like, $5. And it'd be a way to support the developer as well. Right now, I don't think the cash app is open because it is in closed beta. But I really like the whole RPG element for the game. Right now, I only have one. I have one company commander point. If I had, let's say, 6 of them, I could summon my M4 Sherman Calliope. Or if I had 7 of them, I can make my Pershing unit. And then I'll just reinforce it. And these are where I actually spent my commander points. I mean, as you win games, you'll get experience and you can get more stuff on your tech trees. And by doing that, you can summon units in battle. But you need to get experience in-game before you can do that. Individual units themselves can actually level up as well. So that actually adds more depth to the game. Let's go zoom in on this guy. Let's see what he's up to. Well guys, I am running out of time. If you guys do want to play Company of Heroes online or just learn more about it, do check it out full review on the link below.